It's a very good afternoon. You're watching ZTN News Blitz. Let's take a quick look at our top stories. COVID-19 claims 153, infects 8,456 in 8 days. Should Zimbabwe brace for another fuel price hike? Stay tuned for more insights. Zimbabwe hip-hop's new protege dominates music charts. And in sport, will Zimbabwe set new COSAFA records? A total of 153 people have succumbed to COVID-19 in Zimbabwe within the past 8 days, while 8,456 new infections were recorded countrywide within the same period. This comes as the country battles a third wave of infections. The current surge in new cases and deaths in the country is worrying the World Health Organization. WHO country representative Dr. Alex Kasasira told ZTN that movement of people should be curtailed to curb the spread of the virus, not only in Zimbabwe, but across the African continent.
Current increase in cases is very alarming. We are seeing this in Zimbabwe, we are seeing it in the neighboring countries, in South Africa, and we know that across Africa, we are seeing increases in cases across the African region. And what is contributing to this? What is contributing to the increased number of cases is reduced compliance with the preventive measures, increased movement and social mixing. We also have variants that are more easily transmitted between different people. So all these factors are contributing to the increased transmission we are seeing in Zimbabwe.
To date, Zimbabwe has recorded 54,474 confirmed cases and 1,878 COVID-19 related deaths since the onset of the pandemic in March last year. Earlier, we spoke to Zimbabwe Medical Association President Dr. Francis Chiroa, who gave us his view on the latest wave of COVID-19 infections and deaths in the country.
I think it's a step in the right direction, because the numbers are going very, very high. So some kind of lockdown is definitely necessary. With the lockdown, you just have to balance between the actual lockdown and the economic hardships that people suffer from. If people follow what the lockdown recommendations and the sanitization, all that, we should be able to contain the pandemic. But obviously, we have to, as time goes, we'll be able to assess how we are doing in terms of the numbers. And that are the numbers that are positive, and also the numbers that are admitted and the deaths thereof.
Meanwhile, the World Health Organization is concerned about inequalities in vaccine access. This follows reports that richer nations are hoarding the vaccines at the expense of poorer nations. WHO country representative Dr. Alex Kasasira said this is impeding global efforts to achieve herd immunity. His sentiments come as most African countries are facing a surge in new cases and deaths.
Africa has not gotten all the vaccines that we had hoped would be available to Africa, because we know that right now as we speak, in other parts of the world, you find that up to 40%, 50%, or even higher of the populations have been vaccinated. For us in Africa, less than 2% of the population has been vaccinated. Countries have not been able to get access to as much vaccines as they would wish to have. We are grateful that in Zimbabwe has been able to mobilize vaccines, but we do know that we need much more to cover significant numbers of the population.
Now, global fuel prices are increasing, resulting in Zimbabweans expecting the worst. Will fuel prices rise? That is the question many are asking. The Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority on Monday announced that it was delaying announcing new fuel prices, citing volatility on the market. If there is to be a price increase, it means the prices would have been raised 4 times this year. Currently, diesel costs $1.30 per litre, while petrol costs $1.33. Economist Christopher Mugaga, who has been very critical of the high fuel taxes in Zimbabwe, believes fuel prices might not necessarily be increased, but the government might be forced to reduce its taxes.
The bigger component of price of fuel in Zimbabwe is excise taxes, So what it could mean maybe might be government losing revenue because it might have to surrender the bigger portion of its tax on fuel to allow for affordability by citizens. Because we are already buying at a higher price, the reason why it's already high is because of the taxes, which are a burden. So what then it should mean is government foregoing the sin to tax or an increased duty on fuel in order to allow for citizens to afford. I don't think the fuel price will then go up significantly in US dollar terms in Zimbabwe. I don't see it happening.
Meanwhile, local dealers had this to say about the current situation.
The expectation is that we are going to have a rise in the petroleum product prices, that is for the petrol and diesel, mainly for the motorists and for the industry at large. But this is purely in line with the events that are happening on the world market for the oil prices.
Nkosilati Sibea, a 22-year-old breakout hip-hop star from Chitungwiza, whose music is fused with drill, jecha trap and shana, is setting the streets ablaze with socially conscious punchlines for the youth. His latest song, Zim COVID19, which was released a week ago, has accumulated over 45,000 views on YouTube, and these days, another hit song from the artist released last month has currently over 91,000 views on YouTube and addresses a number of issues, including online peer pressure, fake solidarity, self-introspection and mental health. Volt's JT's hit after hit is a testament of how the Zim hip-hop industry is evolving and how being relatable and socially conscious enables artists to transcend. He spoke to Zetian earlier.
Zim hip-hop artist. These songs are just stuff I express when I cannot tell someone else. If I can tell someone how bad they treated me, I express it in a song. So Zim COVID19 is about how money affects relationships, be it with your friends, be it with your business partners. Money is just causing confusion.
Now, news from beyond our borders. 27 mourners were arrested after they were filmed spinning cars and shooting in the air at a burial in Namibia. A video of the rare spectacle was widely shared online as friends of the deceased paid tribute to his life. The deceased was an elite member of the community. His friends were arrested after the burial for violating COVID-19 rules. They are expected in court today. Gunmen have abducted babies, nurses and security guards from a hospital in northwest Nigeria. The exact number of those taken in the city is not clear. Local bandits carried out simultaneous attacks on a police station and the National Tuberculosis and Leprosy Center before escaping into a forest. A local government official say troops are stepping up efforts to find the victims. At least 7 people were killed in similar attacks by gunmen over the weekend in Kaduna State. 50 people died and dozens more were injured after a military plane crashed in the Philippines. The aircraft was carrying 96 people, mostly troops, when it overshot a runway at Jolo Airport in Sulu Province on Sunday. The dead are mainly military personnel, but 3 civilians on the ground were also killed. In sports news, Zimbabwe Warriors leave for South Africa today for the COSAFA Cup, which starts tomorrow and runs up to July 18. ZTN's Mugove Chigada gives us an update on the tournament set for Nelson Mandela Bay in South Africa. Good afternoon, Mugove. What chances have been made to the travelling team and what does it mean?
Good afternoon, Munashe. Yes, I can confirm the Zimbabwe Warriors have travelled to South Africa and a number of changes have been made to the team that was initially announced for this particular tournament. Evans Rusike is ruled out through injury. Knox Mtizwa has been given a chance to attend to family issues. Jonah Fabish has faced challenges in travelling due to COVID-19 restrictions in Germany. Godnos Murwira and Kevin Moyo, based in Zambia, has also failed to travel as a result of injury. People that have been included in the team include Ben Musaka, Dalek Murimba. We await to see how the Warriors technical team will be able to adjust and be able to adapt to the changes that they have made. Otherwise, this looks forward to be a very exciting tournament, a tournament that Zimbabwe are seeking to win for the 7th time, a record for the COSAFA Cup.
Zimbabwe cricket could host more ICC events post the 2023 cycle. The country has already been confirmed as hosts for the Men's Cricket World Cup qualifier in 2023. In a statement, the International Cricket Council said it has commenced the process to identify hosts for the men's white ball competitions after the 2023 cycle. The ICC board will decide on future hosts at the end of this year. Zimbabwe will take some confidence after successfully hosting the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifier in 2018. Now, in news just received, 3 of the 7 armed robbers who were arrested on Saturday in a special police operation during which one suspect was shot and killed appeared before the courts today. Godfrey Josi, his wife Juliet Gavaza and Valentine Mutasa appeared before Harare magistrate Dennis Mangosi, facing 8 counts of armed robbery, unlawful possession of firearms, unlawful possession of explosives and money laundering. Richard Mutanga, Judo Jashe Zuda, Peter Mshipe, Valentine Mutasa, Decide Rice and the now deceased Benjamin Craig Musasa are some of the gang members. The suspects are linked to 8 armed robbery cases, which include the one at Gateway High School on 28 March 2021, where $250,000 was stolen, and the recent robbery which occurred on the 29th of June 2021, when the suspects took $19,800 from a Beatrice farmer. Magistrate Dennis Mangosi remanded them to the 8th of July for trial dates and advised them to approach the High Court for bail on all 3rd scheduled offences. Well, that's all we had for you today. Stay connected with us on Twitter at ZTN News, Instagram at ZTN, and visit our website ztn.co.zw. Thanks for watching.